settle for trashy ass men, that's a red flag. You need to be like, no, sorry. You're allowed to want a man that's going to treat you the way you want to be treated. Today, we're taking the trash out. So, my boyfriend cheated on me. We have 3 kids together. I paid all the bills when we were together and took out loans for him. And he said he would pay me back, and now I'm left alone with a bunch of debt. You see that, mates? Like, I come across a lot of these questions, a lot of these women that have extremely successful careers, extremely successful things going on for them, but they have these leech of a man, just leeching off of them. If you meet a man and within 30 days of meeting him, he asks you for a loan, he asks you to lend him money for this, for that. Oh, I'm about to get evicted from my apartment. Can you lend me $300, $400, $500? Oh, I'm about this, I need this money for my blah blah, or this. Let him go. Let him go. This, especially the first 30 days, if someone feels comfortable asking you for money and they don't really know you, because within the first 30 days, you don't know how someone really is. I can put on like the best act and make you think I'm a certain way, I'm this, I'm that, and you won't find out within, I feel like you get to know a person after, I would say, a year. After a year, that's when their little mask starts to come out. They start to slip up. Without living with someone, I would say after 12 months is when you start to really get to know who they truly are. And then if you live with someone, it's within 3 months. You're gonna see like who they really and truly are. But I always find it a red flag when a man asks you for money within the first 30 days, and like the fact that you were paying all the bills in the house and this man had the audacity to get you pregnant, and you as well, that you had the audacity to let this trash ass man get you pregnant. Like, women, we have to be strong. There is going to be a lot of temptations, because I know like a lot of these guys that have nothing going on for themselves, they're always really, really good looking. Ever notice that? Like, the only thing they have going for them is their looks. But the thing about looks is it fades, the whole like sex appeal, them being good, like, like the intimacy being good, that fades. After a while, when the bills aren't getting paid, he's cheating on you, you have all these loans in his name, all that beauty and stuff, it's gonna fade. You're gonna start to see the ugly within them. So I would say, stop dating men that are not up to par with you. Like, if you're a woman and let's say you have your own place, you have a really good job, you pay your own bills, like you and your friends go out to restaurant, like you can afford, like going on vacation and stuff like that. Me personally, I think that you should date someone that is in your lane, or someone that has goals and ambitions to get there. The difference between a broke man and someone that is successful is a broke man. So you can have 2 guys that are the same, right? So let's say we have 2 guys. They both don't have jobs, live with their parents, and like they have nothing going on for themselves at the moment, right? And you're dating them, and you're dating like one of each, right? So the difference between A and B is that A stays at home, just plays video games all day. He tells you, yeah, I've been looking for a job, but they're not calling me back. B, he's literally every single day, he's, like going to interviews. He gets temp jobs. Like, he's always like applying for jobs. Like, you see him actively trying to go get, work done, and like his friends and family, they talk highly of him, like he's constantly trying, and he has goals, ambition. When you ask him like, where do you see us, he's like, oh, I see this and that, like, and he does like provide for the house. Like, you can tell that that's someone that's gonna go far. And if he's in a situation where, like at the moment he's down, but make sure you've seen him up. The problem that a lot of women do is they stay with a man they've never seen them up, they've only seen them down. But that's a problem. Like, when is the up gonna come? you know. So I would say if you're with a man and he's down on his luck right now, but you see him actively trying to get a job, and give it some time. Like, be like, yo, within 3 months, if you don't have a job, I'm out. Don't be afraid to lose men. There's too many great, successful, good men out there for you to settle for someone that can't keep a job, that can't, you know, keep a roof over their head. Like, they won't provide for you, and especially they won't be able to provide for their children. No child on this earth should go, you know, around, especially because children didn't ask to be here. We, you know, are the ones that did the deed, some by accident, others planned, and they created children. So by all means, like, you should always have food in the fridge for your children, you know. So make sure you and your man, or you and your husband, whatever it is, your situation, that you can provide for your children if you have children. The fact that this man lied to you and your children, just, it shows that he doesn't care about you. You are not his priority. And in this situation, I would say gather up your evidence. If you have text messages, emails, go to small claims court, go to child support, put him on child support. Like, men, we have to start holding men accountable for their action. He chose to lay down with you and create life, so he has to be held responsible for that. So sue him, get the money, feed you and your children, get the loans figured out, because if you have loans under your name, you know, like, you want to pay them because it's literally going to ruin your credit. You won't be able to, you know, get a roof over your head. I encourage you guys to watch People's Court, Judge Mathis, you know, like, I've been watching these shows and it really, like, opened my mind. Like, I know so much more about the laws and, like, how things work and stuff. So I would encourage you, you know, like, expand your horizon, you know, read books that are going to teach you things. Don't just sit down waiting for a man. And in your situation, sis, we need to do better, ladies. Like, and it's hard when you have kids with someone, but, you know, there's still, wow, 3 kids in debt. Girl, I'm not gonna lie to you, but, you know, that's a tough situation to be in. I don't even know what to tell you. Like, it's gonna get better, you know. Just work on finding a good job that you can provide for your children, but 100% go to small claims court. Take him to court, take him to child support. Don't let your pride get in the way. Like, a lot of women were like, oh, I'm not gonna ask him for money, I'm not gonna do that. Take him to court. This man does not care about you. Set your pride aside and think about your children. Think about yourself. Think about what you deserve. Take him to court. Like, why do we settle for trashy ass men that have nothing going on for themselves? And a lot of times, like, I see girls online, they're like, oh, men are trash, men are this, men are that. Honestly, it starts from within. It starts with us. If we, you know, like, sit back when a guy comes and he's talking to us, he's like, oh, do you want to come over to my house, Netflix and chill? That's a red flag. You need to be like, no, sorry. Like, especially, like, tell him, be like, this is what I expect. I want to be taken out. I want to do this. Especially if they follow you on social media, they can see, you know, like, you're a girl that likes to go out, you like the fine dining, and you're allowed to want a man that's going to treat you the way you want to be treated. It's not too much to ask if you are, you know, a girl that has, you know, her own thing going on for herself. You pay for your own thing. You do this and that. You like going out to restaurants. It's not too much to ask for a man to treat you like a princess. It's really not. But the problem is, like, you know, girls that have nothing going on for themselves, they expect, like, guys to do this and that. Mates, just, and those girls, they always get their, like, rich guys. You ever notice that? And I'm like, But then the guys they get, they're always trash too. You can be rich and be trash too. Like, money does not equal to class, you know? So a lot of rich people, they have money, but they have nothing up here. So I'm just gonna tell you, ladies, we need to start dating men that have something going on for themselves in here and in the wallet. Like, choose quality men, and that starts with knowing your red flags, knowing what you want. No, and like, if a man disrespects you once, don't give him a second chance to do it. When someone shows you their colors the first time, believe them. Don't go, a lot of women are like, oh, I fell in love with his potential. There was no, that's a lie. There's no potential. That's like things that you want and you see him. Sometimes like when you love someone, you get blinded, you know, especially if it's like a relationship where everything started off really, really well, and then all of a sudden he's not giving you attention. You're like, oh my God, what's going on? Red flag. Love isn't complicated. If you've been with someone for 3 months, a year, and they start making you feel like shit, let him go. Ladies, there's too many successful, kind, gentle men out there for us to settle for abuse. Like, if a guy is making you feel like, oh, I don't know what's going on, like you're feeling stressed out, you're feeling worried, he's not the one for you. Like, that's not love. Like, and take it from me, like, mates, I am married and I've dealt with my share of playboys. So, you know, when I tell you that you deserve these things, don't settle for that. I've experienced that. You know, I used to go for guys that were like, you know, like F-boys and all these things, but after a while, the good looks and all these things, you get tired of it. You get tired of being brokenhearted, you get tired of crying. So, you know, like, I took a step back and really evaluate, like, what is it that's in me that's letting me be okay with men disrespecting me, men treating me like shit. You really have to sit back and reevaluate yourself, you know, dig from within and figure out what's in me that's making me let this person walk all over me, you know. So I would say, like, set some time for yourself, find goals that you like to do. So when I stopped dealing with men, I started watching my animes, like, you know, I started reading books. I really started to pour into myself, you know. I started buying a bunch of makeup and trying to perfect my eyeliner, like, just little fun things like that is what I would tell you to do. And next thing you know, I literally, like, my life turned around and I became more confident. I was happier within myself, and then I was like, okay, I'm ready to start dating. And then once I was extremely confident within myself and I knew what I wanted, what I didn't want, when I would bump into these guys, I was like, I don't like how you're talking to me. You're giving me red flags right now. You're too this, you're too that. Next, until I found my husband. And I was like, ooh, mates, I almost cut off my husband because on our date, he was late. And I don't tolerate being late, but that's just how Dominic is. Dominic is always late, but he's gotten better now. But, you know, he still has that late tendency that I'm like, you know, but he's amazing with everything else. So, you know, and I know he's listening right now, but what I would say is find what you want in a man, what you don't want, and do not settle. Do not settle. Just because, like, a lot of women, like, we're lonely, and loneliness is what will drive you in the hands of a no good man. Don't be scared to be alone. Don't be scared to lose anyone, even if you have children. Children are a blessing. If you have 1, 2, 3, 4 kids, it's not the end of the world. They're a blessing, you know? Those are your best friends for life. So I would say focus on your children, and later on, you know, you're gonna meet the one. Just because you have children doesn't mean you can't find a great husband, a great boyfriend. Like, it's not the end of the world. And a lot of guys that get women pregnant, they're like, oh, you have 3 kids, no one's gonna want you. But these are your 3 kids. They're like, oh, she has 3 different baby daddies, but you still slept with her. You know what I mean? So don't listen to these men. Like, they make no sense. Children are a blessing. It's not a curse. It's not, oh, I have 3 kids, I'm not good enough. And then you end up going for the low down, no good man. Like, don't do that. Like, when you meet someone, yes, I have 3 kids. So what? It didn't work out with the other men, but I'm a better person. I want better now. And then, you know, like, a real stand-up guy's gonna be like, okay, cool, you know, I'm gonna be a stepdad, like, nah. But yeah, guys, so that's what I would say. Stop dating broke men that are mentally broke, not on your level. It's not worth it. You're gonna end up sad, crying, and alone. But like I always say, this is a disclaimer. If you take my advice and something happens to you, don't come after me. I'm just a messenger here. Disclaimer, that's it. Anyways, mates, we took the trash out. Now it's time for me to go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Toodaloo! Bye!